for a new and different perspective every week on LEGO sets, news, media, and more. You're listening to the BCC Podcast.
Today is Thursday, September 14th of 2017, and you're listening to episode 118 of the BCC Podcast. I'm Ford, and I'm feeling great today, and I'm joined by LQ.
Another Thursday where weird things are happening, like half of our members' internet is out.
Of course, that might be due in no small part to Irma.
Well, Glenda is not near Irma, and her internet's out for reasons.
Well, some things have very far reach. I'm also joined by Mace.
Hello everyone, this scrub lord of a storm has knocked out my internet and knocked out my modem, but I'm here anyway.
Oh, wow. I hope you're okay.
You'll be hearing Mace way better than we're hearing him.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's basically on his phone.
Yes.
But not recording on it. That would be awful. Don't record podcasts on your phone, people.
Never.
Yeah, never. I'm
Pro tip.
recording with my nice little
I'm also
mic
joined by
here.
Mal.
There's that phone lag.
Yep. I'm not experienced much glitches myself. I'm just, living
I
life.
haven't had like a major glitch with something in a long time, actually.
I'm
Let's
just
hope it
perfect
stays
in
that
that
I
way.
mean, last weekend I thought my hard drive had failed. It turned out, I guess, to be some Windows issue, and I had to reinstall the operating system and all my programs, but...
Wow.
Yeah. Like, I guess ever since my hard drive blew out, I really haven't had any issues, like, with my computer or...
When was that? It was like...
That was-
way over a year ago now, right?
Yeah, like, probably during some of my, spring classes, so, yeah, more than a year
Spring
ago.
classes last year, okay. Speaking of year, we're coming up upon you actually been a consistent member for a year pretty soon.
Wow.
Ooh, congrats.
That's something.
For 3 months, I guess, but it's been 2 months, actually.
Wait,
No.
what?
You joined in December, so, and now it's September. That's
Yeah.
technically 10 months, isn't it? Yeah, but it's
Depending on
3
when you
months till
joined.
December.
Yeah, so...
That is how time works.
But then that equals 13 months, which isn't a year.
Right, so over a year.
Probably
I'm
because
miscalculating somewhere.
Well, I
Don't worry
did
about it.
join, like,
Don't
halfway
think about
through December, and...
Yeah, but we're
We're
almost halfway through September at this point.
It's true.
So-
Tomorrow
Don't
is
mind me.
the halfway point.
Probably 9 months is... I'd
9
think
months
would
is
be
safe to say.
where I'm at.
Time is strange.
It is.
Especially when
Math,
you do...
and I can't comprehend either.
Didn't
You know what I can't comprehend?
What?
The UCS Millennium Falcon release
That
this
awful transition you just used.
week. Yep.
Yep, that came out.
Yes, it
Yeah.
I feel like all of the releases from LEGO this week, and it could just be me, I feel like it's just like the transition I try to do. It's all with very little fanfare.
No,
least to me.
I've seen the Falcon all over the place. People are getting that a lot.
Really?
At least on my
Maybe
Twitter
I've just been
feed-
like away from social media for a while, and I just haven't realized it.
My Twitter feed is blown up with UCS Falcon news. A lot of people
It's
celebrating
not.
that. Although the rest of
Larry,
it,
you need to get on Twitter already.
it's true, you do.
But
Like,
then...
what do you have to lose?
lot.
Everything!
Time.
my career later down in life when I,
What
have
do you
some
plan on using Twitter for?
terrible things.
Terrible things.
You create, like, a self-defeating argument here.
Well, you see, that way you just
That's the
make
point.
2 accounts. A normal mal account and a malicious account.
Boo. Mace, puns are only funny if someone gets hurt.
But he's malicious, so someone's bound to get hurt.
That's true.
They haven't gotten hurt yet, though, so the pun isn't funny yet.
But they will.
I mean, if you said that and then you smacked Malaris in the back of the head, then that would be funny.
So I will try that.
Ow!
We'll see
Someday. See, that's why I'd love to. It'd be great if we record the podcast all in person, like all the time, because then we could incorporate so much more violence.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'd quit at that point.
Why?
No, you'd be dismembered.
At that point, it's
Come on,
basically
are
a
you
clip
not
show.
man enough to deal with it?
I don't like domestic abuse.
It's not domestic abuse.
No, it's casual dismemberment.
Dismemberment? I didn't sign up for this.
No, it's not.
That's it, I
domestic
quit.
Abuse or dismemberment.
I don't want
We
to
all
be
quit on this
dismembered. Are
podcast.
you kidding me?
But that's assuming you have a choice in the matter.
I do have a choice. I have a choice not to be dismembered.
Drat. Well, there goes
Yeah,
my
okay,
several
according
plans.
to the definition of domestic abuse on Wikipedia, we'd all have to live in the same place for it to qualify as domestic abuse.
Aha,
But-
it's workplace
I thought
violence.
that was the implication.
It's
No,
workplace
we
violence.
just have a studio where we'd all go to for recording.
Ah.
I don't
I
know.
can abuse you guys all I want, and it wouldn't be domestic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then
Workplace
I'll just
violence.
file it as abuse.
But what if we lived at the studio?
Then it would be domestic
Yeah,
abuse.
then I guess it would be domestic abuse in that case.
But then, like, what if the person who performs the domestic abuse is living at the studio, but the person who is the victim does not?
Then it's
Then
only
it's not
workplace
domestic
violence.
abuse.
What
You have
is
to
it?
live in the same place.
But then what's that called, though?
Workplace violence.
Abuse. I don't know.
Would it be like aggravated
Battery?
assault or something like that? Or,
Something like that. Well, is it aggravated, though?
I don't know. You mad, bro?
Not really. I just... Oh, darn. I meant to Google aggravated assault, and I sent in the Discord chat. Hmm.
You didn't even spell aggravated right.
Well, that's for
Well,
Google to
It
decide.
has 2 G's. 2.
Yeah, G1
Well,
and
I
G2.
didn't really pay attention. My microphone is in front of my screen right now, so...
It's hard to tell when you type fast.
If the audience can't tell at this point, it's a slow news week.
It really
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
I mean, besides the Falcon coming out, we have Dimensions Wave 9 packs, if you guys wanted to mention them. I don't think we've actually talked about them at all.
If you want to
afraid
dimension
we haven't.
them.
Oh, probably the last wave ever of Dimensions packs, because that pack me and Mace debated whether or not it exists. We still have heard nothing about it.
That's true.
And we're
but I
getting
am
2018 set information a lot.
There has been a new update. I'm going to check the end credits, the updated end credits. If it still lists Wave 10, then I think it's safe to assume that there might be a Wave 10. Which would only be 2
I don't think it's
packs.
safe to assume.
I mean, we pretty much known since, like, March that it's probably going to end this year.
Yes, I'm just
Yeah.
hoping for
Which
one
stinks,
more pack. Just
but-
one more pack.
So what
Please.
came out are the Powerpuff Girls packs,
All three
the
of them.
Beetlejuice pack,
Ooh, I
and
want that Beetlejuice.
a couple of Teen Titans Go packs. I'm not sure if there's been other Teen Titans Go yet or not.
Nope.
There's
the only
one
ones.
Okay.
Raven and Beast Boy
By the
Team
way,
pack and one Starfire Fun pack, and no more Teen Titans Go material coming ever.
Can I just ask, though,
Yes.
who in the world asked for Beetlejuice in Lego
Mace.
form?
Yeah,
I mean, I still haven't seen that movie. I
they've
really
done
need
a
to.
lot more
Honestly,
odd 80s
I don't-
things than that.
I really don't understand what people like about it.
I
I
think
didn't
more
think it was
people.
very good.
I think more people like
Um,
Beetlejuice than say wanted Beetlejuice in the game than say Knight Rider.
Knight Rider's cool.
Well, yes, but he's just a little fun pack. Beetlejuice is just a little fun pack. There's a lot to his open world that can be done. A lot of weird powers you can give the dude. It makes a lot more sense.
Whoa, I just
than-
looked up the plot to Beetlejuice.
You what?
That's
it's
freaky.
Yeah,
Pretty
it is.
weird.
I thought
If
it
I
was
recall,
supposed
it's
to
like
be.
the couple, like, they die and then they get
Yes.
sent through, like, this weird, like, wormhole or something, and
Yes,
And,
they
like,
die,
try and
and
come
then they're
back to
in their
life or
house.
something.
They leave their
Spoilers.
house, but outside of their house is Saturn for some reason. Then they go back inside the house, and then they go into a closet or something, which leads to afterlife processing, and it just gets weirder from there.
It doesn't sound like my kind of movie.
I don't think it will be,
It's not
no.
a very good movie. I didn't really like it. I
It
still need to
seems
see
really odd for
Gremlins.
Lego. Like, people
Yes,
are
it
saying
does.
Goonies is odd. At least Goonies is, like, mostly appropriate for kids.
Right.
Goonies wouldn't
It's
have been
the
as
A's
odd,
appropriate.
but a Goonies level pack?
Yeah.
That's a little overboard with the Goonies content, in my opinion. Like,
But-
Beetlejuice is just one
But the
fun pack. He's
Goonies.
just one character. Whereas Goonies is an entire level based off of one singular movie. We've never had a level based off a franchise that tiny before.
Yeah.
Well, they had
they had to make
Sloth.
levels off of
And
something.
apparently everybody likes Sloth, even though I don't.
Mission Impossible had 5 movies and got a level. Ghostbusters had 2 and a few very popular cartoons.
We don't talk about that third one, though.
Yeah, and the level packs like Sonic, for example, they're usually a little bit bigger than 1 hour and 40-minute movie.
Speaking of
But
Sonic,
there's no
I got
point
Sonic
in,
Forces 2 on the Humble
Talking
Bundle
about
for
that
$1
now, the
this
Goonies
week.
level pack has been
What?
And I was
It
thinking
doesn't
that we
exist.
played
and
over
physical
Call.
for a long
It doesn't?
time, and
Then how do I own it?
Sonic Forces 2?
Yeah. What did I buy then if that doesn't exist?
You were ripped off.
Yeah.
Did you get
You bought
Sonic
Le Pin.
Adventure 2?
Maybe it was Sonic Adventure 2.
How do you get that messed up?
I don't know.
Hang
I
on.
never really heard of the game.
You said
I
you
just
played
saw,
it, right?
Hey, look, it's a Sonic game. No, I haven't played it. I said I wanted to play it over Call later.
Oh, okay.
Now,
We'll
which
see.
Sonic game did you
But
mean
Sonic
to get?
Forces 2 doesn't exist yet, because the first Sonic Forces
Oh, yeah, Sonic Forces
is
is the
still
new
a
one.
thing.
Yep, that one where you make
Yeah,
your
it's Sonic
custom
Adventure
character.
2.
Of course, it still
Oh,
looks
dear.
completely ridiculous. But and apparently, like, did Sonic Mania come out recently?
Oh, yeah, people are loving Sonic Mania.
Yeah. It actually does look kind of fun.
I'm actually just not that into old generation Sonic, so...
Yeah, but
You
like,
prefer him
is
when
new generation Sonic really all that much better?
Look, I got into Sonic with Sonic Rush.
I got into
Which-
Sonic
Play that
the
one.
Sonic.
No, Sonic Rush is one of the
Collection.
better
It was
Sonics.
basically his first
You know-
20 games on one PS2 disc. Man, that was fun.
My problem with, like, Sonic is that basically every Sonic game is Sonic and then a synonym for fast. Like, how are you supposed
yeah,
to keep
that's the
track with
point.
this? Like, how are you
I mean,
supposed
okay, there was
to...
the Sonic, there was Sonic and the Secret Rings and Sonic and the Black Knight, but no
Oh,
one liked
man.
those except for me.
Sonic Unleashed.
Oh.
I like the
You
Black
know what's
Knight.
bad?
Where
I did.
Back when I was a kid, I only ever got like 1 or 2 Sonic games, and the one that I apparently remember most fondly is Sonic Unleashed.
That's the only one for the Wii I don't have.
For the Wii.
I think I saw that for like $5 the other day, and I was very much
That's not
considering
too bad a
picking it
price.
up.
That
I don't know
game-
what to
Yeah.
play.
Is so broken.
I've heard it,
I
but I want
agree.
to play it.
It's
Unleashed
awful. You have
one
to
of-
play it. I should find it and bring it
So,
Yeah.
to you.
It's one
I
of the
I should
more
like ship it to
popular
you or
modern
something.
Sonic
It's so
games.
bad.
Except for the
Oh,
And
werewolf
I
you told
demand
me.
monetary
Werewolf.
compensation for it. Okay? If I
Sonic
do end up
Heroes
sending
from
it to you.
2006, that wasn't that bad. It was actually pretty good.
yeah,
Is
I
that
like
the
that
RPG
game.
one.
That
No,
was-
that's not the RPG. That's the one where you play as the 4 different teams. The Sonic Knuckles Tails team, the Team Chaotix with the Crocodile Dude and the Chameleon Dude.
Mhm.
That was my favorite one.
Yeah. They had a funny storyline.
They don't use the Crocodile Dude enough. I like him. He's my
Didn't
favorite
they have
character.
Maya the Bee?
Yeah.
What's the name? It's
What?
Charmy the Bee.
Oh, I thought it was Maya the Bee or something like that. I don't know.
He does
I thought
sound
you were
like a
making a
Maya,
joke
but
about
he's
the-
a dude.
Ah,
Same with Tails.
that's different.
You know, Tails' his real name
I
is
also got like
Miles.
several other games which I offered to give away to people on our Discord chat earlier, and no one wanted them.
And there were no takers.
That's because I don't have Steam.
Ford, Steam is free.
I don't have it. I don't have anyone to
go
play Steam
do this.
games.
Just go to the Steam site and then download Steam.
My computer can't handle that stuff.
You can't handle the Steam.
Yeah, I actually think they're
Right.
all Windows games too, so...
Well then, now I can't really do it, can I? I don't know where that came from.
Came
From-
from...
Inward pain by the fact that you don't use Windows.
Exactly.
I mean... Could use Linux.
I'm feeling a lot of hate right now.
It's good.
Feeling very attacked.
Hey, so the iPhone X.
Hey, we protect.
Oh yeah.
yes.
So crazy thing. I might end up getting it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I looked at what it's to just buy one without a service plan. Well, without like paying monthly.
Well, the problem is,
$1,300.
actually no, not my problem. Is that I have a service plan, and I think it's like $45 a month for 20 months.
Yeah, that
Whoa.
looks around the same as what they have for. Yeah,
And,
unless you're talking about the X.
that's overall like less than $1,000.
It's probably less to do it that way.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I think it's more effective, really. It's just I haven't actually seen any like pictures or anything of the iPhone X.
You haven't. I was like talking about it for a while on
I
Discord
haven't
the other
seen
night.
any pictures of it at all.
I don't
But
It's
know.
got
somehow
a
I
pretty
want
cool
it.
technology in the screen, which I won't get to on this podcast because it's probably way too technical for most of our audience.
Ah.
No
What's
offense.
All I
wrong?
heard
But
is
you
that
know
you
what?
can look at it
We
and
still
then it
love you.
opens.
Yeah, I'm not sure how secure that feature is.
Yeah, I'm not too like with it either.
If you have a twin,
But,
they can steal
you know what
your
it does
phone
have?
by looking at it.
The screen isn't square.
Yeah.
What?
So,
It's rounded.
LQ
Round tablet
posted in
match
chat,
price.
like,
Oh,
remember when I talked about round tablets back in the past, and we're like, yeah, well, they finally did it, he said. And we're like freaking
No,
out,
I
thinking,
did not say they finally did it.
you
Oh my
said,
goodness, you're
like,
right.
and we thought,
They
you know,
actually
a
did
full
do it.
circular screen. But no, it's just rounded edges. Like that.
I said rounded. Look, I can get you exactly what I said right here through
Well,
this horde of Sesame
Psychologically,
Street
I
memes.
we
want
read
this
circular.
phone.
Like,
This looks cool.
I wasn't the only one. So,
Yeah, I
I'm just
thought
saying it.
that by rounded you always meant a circle too. That's what I thought.
yeah, see?
That was my own
That's-
preconceived notion.
Is it
Here's my
waterproof? My goodness, this is amazing. I need
It's
this.
water resistant, but yes, here's my exact quote. The new iPhone screen is rounded.
Yeah,
Ah!
but, you know, could mean...
That counts. It's rounded. Am I correct, Ford?
Does that mean I'm a hypocrite because I want it and it's a round tablet?
See, Ford agrees with me.
It's only hypocrisy
no,
if you
I'm
acknowledge.
No,
not
he's
agreeing with you. I'm
agreeing
having a
with
mental
us.
an inner crisis. Okay? An inner moral crisis about this. It's like I like it, but I can't give up,
The edges are rounded.
but I need the edge.
It's true.
So edgy.
Just talking about Sonic, the king of edges.
So,
Yeah.
and then you guys just put words in my mouth. You assume because I said rounded, you thought I meant a circle.
Well,
Ye-
it's more or less psychological. When we read rounded, we thought round as in circular.
Yes, to be
It's
fair,
just
what
rounded
came to
does
mind,
involve
especially
Is that
the
my
previous-
fault?
Yes,
Are you guys
of course.
assuming
Yes.
things about what I say?
Well,
it is
we
your
have
fault
to
because
does
you
involve
have, in
circular
previous
imagery.
fashion, talked about circular tablets. Therefore, in our minds, we're thinking, whenever you talk about a rounded screen, we're thinking about a rounded tablet. Because you have established yourself as, you know, round tablet supporter.
I fail to see how this is my fault.
It is your fault.
So what should I have said?
A
Is what
Jeez.
I said not
tablet
true?
with rounded edges.
Yeah, see? That works. Like, we figure out that, oh,
But it's not a
the
tablet,
edges...
it's a smartphone.
Well, smartphone with us.
Mace is fake news.
Oh, same thing.
I heard fake news and I just
I'll print a retraction in the comments.
Mace!
Yes.
You can't be fake news!
I'll print a retraction in the comments, I promise.
It's a phone!
It's a phone E.
What?
Just like you!
I've been
Oh. So anyways, I'm not a big Apple person, but I think the iPhone X actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I would get it, but
now I need
Apple, so I won't get it.
I mean, what kind of phone do you have, actually? I've never questioned your phone.
A Samsung Galaxy Edge, I think? Galaxy something. One of the cheaper ones.
Is it the one that catches on fire?
No. Definitely
Too
not.
bad.
He's tested it.
Did they recall all of those?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
And they didn't just set on fire. A lot of them exploded with pieces flying everywhere.
That's nice. Shrapnel.
I wish I could have had that phone.
That
Sounds
would have
like
been
my,
a killer phone. If you're ever having a
sounds
bad
like my
day
old
at work,
airbags.
just turn it on and blow your face off.
See,
and
Mace,
you gotta
that
go
pun
home.
is funny because someone got hurt. See? It's funny. Well, we've actually got to take a quick break here. When we come back, we'll continue to try and entertain you. So, stick around.
No, don't try.
Want to join in on the discussion? Join the BCC Crew Discord server. Link is in the description below. Welcome back to the BCC Podcast. Here on segment 2, we're going to be doing something. Ford got a set.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
I'm throwing him under the bus because he was debating whether or not he wanted to bring it up, but I'm saying do it.
Fine. I got the set with Aquaman and Atlantis or whatever for
And Sand Green.
Justice League. Yes, much sand green.
Pillars
Wow.
and parademons in peril.
Gotta say, the minifigs kind of bland.
Yeah.
And it's
Because
bad
of the
because I
dump
got this
everything
for
in
the
gray.
minifigs and some of the parts.
I thought the Parademons looked cool.
I think they do, but it's like they just look kind of boring, like in hand.
I mean,
It's weird. I don't know if it's just like I'm not hyped enough for the movie that I'm not excited for them, or I'm just like not familiar with how they look.
Ford,
and I
I
can't,
think I
compare.
can diagnose you right now. Like,
Okay.
you're probably suffering from DC-itis. You see, DC has to
Okay.
make everything look dark and, you know,
I thought I had DC inflammation because that's what DC-itis is. Itis means inflammation.
good. You're keeping track with this.
Yes, I have to. I have it.
You know, the
Yeah,
parademons,
I'm self-diagnosing here.
in minifigure form at least, they're actually pretty faithful.
And you know what? I agree with that. But maybe it's because I don't like the new Aquaman. Oh!
What?
I'm inserting toxic opinions on the podcast.
Now,
You want-
I better get off
You're-
of Aquaman.
As far as I've seen, Jason Momoa's Aquaman has been pretty well received for someone who's only been seen in trailers anyway.
I don't know how.
I think it's mostly because Jason Momoa is loving this, and he's the only happy part of the DC universe at the moment.
Probably. Even though he looks like the
So
the
true.
moodiest part.
Yeah,
to
but
be honest.
Ben Affleck certainly doesn't seem happy lately.
Wonder
Well, I mean,
Woman's
like,
kinda
if every
edgy
movie
too.
you do after Batman v Superman fails, I wouldn't be happy either.
Flash is
Wait,
a
not
mess.
every movie after has
Superman
failed
is
yet. He hasn't
gray.
done one after that.
Superman
I thought
is
he
gray,
did.
Suicide
and he's
Squad,
sad,
technically.
And he's angry.
Oh, I forgot he's in that.
Aquaman
And then, like,
is
there were a few
happy, but
before
he's
that
not,
kinda failed.
Trying too hard like Flash. Flash is definitely trying too hard to be the quirky, fun character.
Yeah.
And then,
Just like the guy that plays Barry on the CW show so much better.
yeah.
I haven't even gotten to the two best minifigures
Ooh,
of the
which
entire
ones?
set for me. The Atlantean guards. I don't know how. I don't know why. they appeal to me.
They are pretty versatile. They could go with
Maybe
any...
it's because, like, they're so general purpose,
Mm-hmm.
perhaps. Like, I could take their stuff and, like, use them anywhere. And, like,
True.
one of them has an Anakin head. An episode 2 Anakin head.
Wow.
Like,
Aha, spoilers. They're
So-
going to have Hayden Christensen playing an Atlantean.
Totally.
What
That-
has Hayden Christensen been up to lately?
Hiding from the...
Star Wars
you know,
Celebration. That was pretty much
That was
it.
the last time I saw him in anything.
That's
Okay,
the last time you
so-
see him.
So there's the structure. It's basically like this kind of like gateway, and it does look kind of cool. And I like how it uses like the Nexo Knight's like windshield piece as like a topper, even though it's like doesn't even like hold at all. It's still pretty cool.
Well, he took a 4-year break from film between 2010 and 2014.
What's he done since then? Like, anything?
Let's see,
I've seen him
Quantum
in a
Quest.
few like small movies, but nothing major.
American Heist, Outcast, 90 Minutes in Heaven, First Kill. I've not heard of any of these movies.
Yeah,
I heard of-
I thought
very
his
small.
last
One.
movie was... What was it called? Jumper, I think?
Yeah, he was in Jumper.
Jumper,
He was in
that was it.
Jumper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was the main character, I think.
Oh wow.
He played David Rice, whoever that is. I haven't seen Jumper.
I think he's
I
the main character.
haven't seen it.
I think. It's been so
But-
long since I've seen that movie.
Does that mean the
I know
minifigure
Windu was the
Anakin
bad
head
guy.
can swim by some sand on the bottom of the sea and just contemplate life in that moment? Like,
You
I don't
see,
know.
He's
Well,
gone
he likes
down
the
to
water.
Atlantis
He doesn't like sand.
to kill all of the sand. He hates it that much. He went to another dimension just to kill their sand.
So this thing comes with apparently a mother box. Am I getting that right?
Yes.
A mother box.
Though those
I-
weird
Board
super
cube,
computers
same
are a
difference.
whole
The
new
portal
god's,
to
domain.
Darkseid, right? Darkseid or
Dark
Apocalypse or something
side,
like that.
yeah.
Darkseid
Apocalypse
and
is
his
Marvel.
people
Okay.
and the his arch enemy people all use mother boxes as some sort of supercomputer / teleporter.
Okay, look. If DC thinks they're gonna get this right, they're. Ugh.
It's
God,
in all
this movie's gonna
likelihood
be
the
a
movie's
mess!
MacGuffin. Every movie needs a good MacGuffin.
But
and
the
I think that
set
is Justice
itself, like, to me, I never thought I'd be getting a set. Like, whenever I buy a set, I make sure there's something I like about it. But this is just like, I got it, and I thought I'd like everything about it, and then I'm like, this is so forgettable. It's just so
Rip.
forgettable.
League. Yeah,
I don't
that
know
reminds me of
why.
my Black Panther Pursuit. Now, it's a good set, but it holds no meaning for me as a collector.
Mhm.
Like, I collect Spider-Man and Guardians, and just having this random Black Panther jet and Captain America Jeep just really doesn't fit my collection.
Oh, then expand your collection. Problem solved.
Ooh. Well, maybe it'll blend in more
Bigger
once
is
I
better.
grab the Infinity Wars sets, which I will grab a large number of, maybe all.
That's gonna be ridiculous to
Well,
collect.
if you buy one, a few Infinity War sets, then if you want to get the entire Infinity War Avengers, you'll have to get them all.
I'm
And
at
the
least
Guardians
getting
of the
all the
Galaxy.
Infinity
Ugh.
War Guardians. I have every Guardian set, with the exception of the collector's polybag from SDCC like 3 years back.
Well,
I'm
that's
not paying
not a set.
$400.
Like, that's a minifigure.
I'm not paying $400 for him. I'm not. I refuse to.
We also need an actual Ego minifigure.
Yes, we do.
Listen.
How can they
Mace,
not?
that wasn't a poly bag. That was a clamshell.
Yeah, it was a blister pack.
Same thing. To me.
No, it's not.
Well, to me it is.
No,
not
it's
the
literally
same
not
thing.
a poly bag.
That just means, to me, it means a small little set.
Well, it
that's
doesn't
in-
matter what it means to you if it's wrong.
There we go,
I
Mace with
reject
the
your
fake
reality
news
and I
again.
replace it with my own.
No.
I need a t-shirt that says that. It doesn't matter what it means to you if it's wrong.
But yeah, I don't have that one, but I have every.
Can I get one too?
The 70.
Sure, we can all have them as long
Yeah,
as
we
you're not
should
wrong.
brand that shirt and then sell it in all kinds of different sizes.
Well, as long as you guys pay for it.
Yeah.
And I don't have to pay for
So
it
I
myself.
believe a few of you
I
wanted
would
to
accept.
tell some stories, including me.
Wow, Ford, you're all with those transitions today, aren't you?
Look, it's been a long day.
Ford, you
A
can't use
long
that excuse
day.
every podcast, you know?
Well, fine.
Every
I'll start
day
with my
is by
story.
definition a long day. No, you can't start with your story.
No. You brought this upon yourself.
No,
so,
we didn't.
So today...
No, I
So-
had
I'm
a
afraid I
smooth
don't really have a
transition
story
planned out.
myself.
Well,
I guess
then
I have
you-
one
you
that's
should have
like-
done it faster.
Bulldozed right over it.
You should have done it faster.
You're
I'm
not
fast.
as fast as Ford, I guess.
No one's as fast as Ford.
Fine, Ford. Tell your story.
Okay.
We won't judge.
So...
Promise we will be totally sympathetic.
Okay. So... I feel like I've mentioned it before that I sing on the podcast, right? I've mentioned it before on the podcast.
You don't sing on the
Maybe.
podcast.
I
No,
don't
you're
sing
lying.
on the
You're
podcast.
fake news.
But I mentioned that I sing, and I mentioned it on the podcast.
I don't
Let's
think
be more
you
specific
have.
next time.
So I'm in a choir at school, and one of the guys in the choir looked really familiar, and I couldn't quite pinpoint where why he looked so familiar. And then I realized, wow, that takes me back all the way to the 9th grade. And all I remember is being at this big all-state choir assembly thing, and that was a huge thing back then anyway, back when people cared. And there was this kid, and he was this scared little germaphobe kid.
Oh dear.
And it was also around the time that the swine flu was a thing.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that
So
Fun
one.
everybody
memories.
was
Takes me
getting on
back.
each other's cases about oh, use hand sanitizer all the time, wash your hands,
It was great
5
because everyone
times
was offering me
in a
free
minute.
sanitary devices everywhere I went.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
great.
I keep a bottle in my
So-
backpack.
But then you had
Or
kids
was that
like
the
this,
bird flu?
where this kid looked scared to death all the time that someone was gonna so much as touch him. He didn't want to sit near anybody, which is hard when you're in a choir and you have to stand on risers. So this kid, right? He has to sneeze, and he sneezes right into his hands. He's just
Oh my.
it's you. And then he picks his head up, and he starts crying. And he starts crying like this, and he's got this huge this huge frown on his face, and he's like,
Do you think he contracted the swine flu
no,
onto
no,
himself?
no. I haven't even gotten the best part.
Oh, no.
So he's just like, does anybody have any hand sanitizer?
Oh dear.
And
See, if he
in the
was-
ninth grade me just died laughing.
You know, it's kind of funny because Ford, you're probably one of my newest, oldest friends at this point. Where I've only known you when you were, what were you, 19 when we met, or were you 20 already?
18.
I think you would have been 19.
No, I was 18.
Have I really known you for 3 years?
Yep.
Mhm.
Wow.
Long
2015.
But anyways, yeah. So I don't know you. I've only known you since you've made it 80% of the way through puberty.
Yeah, I suppose.
So I can't imagine how you looked beforehand. I've never seen a picture of you like you looked beforehand.
You don't want to know.
Even a lot of people here, we were me and Malaris and Mace, we were all around 14-ish when we
Yeah.
met.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the first pictures I saw of them, they all still looked pretty young and they couldn't grow facial hair. But then you're Malaris and you still can't grow facial hair.
Okay, hey, that hurts. I can
sorta
grow
can,
facial
but
hair,
I
just
don't
not
know there.
longer than, I don't know, a millimeter?
But yeah, I just can't imagine a small Ford. I just have to imagine Ford with his grown-up face on this tiny, stubby little body.
Now I want to see you Photoshop, like, the fast face on a child, just forward.
But, oh man.
As soon as my
But
internet starts working,
sign
I
out,
will
like,
Photoshop
to
that
give
into
some-
reality.
To give some conclusion to my story, I couldn't believe that I saw the same kid today, and he had, like, the deepest voice I'd ever heard. It was crazy!
How was his singing?
Extremely deep. It was lower than mine.
Oh,
Was
dear.
it good?
Yeah, it actually was.
Huh.
I guess he overcame his fears.
Or maybe he didn't, and that protected his voice.
Oh, maybe the crying blew out his throat. That's why it sounds so deep.
No, that one. No. He never got the swine flu, so he never got like a sore throat and did a bunch of coughing and destroyed his vocal cords.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You see,
know,
I have
that
a
could
theory
be a
about
thing.
that myself. I never talked as a child really that much, so after I hit puberty, now I had this very unique voice, I would say, and so I'm wondering...
See, the thing about your voice, Millers, is like it has a lot of bass to it, but it's actually kind of high underneath all the bass.
But it is with the bass, like,
Bass
I don't
boosted
know
now.
how it can be two at once. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just...
I remember when we first got on Call of Duty, that was not the voice I expected to hear from you.
I can't remember.
I don't think anyone
picturing Mal with a
expected
different voice.
anyone's voices. Like,
That's true. That's true.
except the people you hear on videos, like, you knew what they sounded like, essentially. Orion.
Orion's voice has changed, like the way he talks has changed a lot, though, since then.
I mean, if we're talking text-based, then sure. But if you're talking face-to-face, I don't know, I never really talked to Orion that much on calls. Like, I'm always in a situation where I shouldn't really be talking, but I'm just listening in anyways, because it's Orion. But, yeah, I guess I haven't really done any of that. Fun fact of the day.
You know, if that kid was skilled like me, he would have been able to hold the sneeze.
I thought you were going to say you could have been able to sing, because I don't think you can sing,
He's
Mace.
still
I
on
don't
this
think I
kid.
can either. And I'm not willing to try.
We'll never move on forward. From now on, we will
Never.
talk about this kid.
I want that to be a new
Ford
joke
just
in
ruined
BCC
his life.
history.
That's not how jokes work. You can't, like, decide when a joke is going to move on. It's always ones you don't want to move on. They continue
Hey.
on forever.
Hey. Does anybody have any hand sanitizer?
Nope, you're
I
not
do.
getting away with this.
Darn it!
I have it in my backpack at all times. I actually gave LQ and Leo a little bit when we met up that day.
So,
Oh, yeah, you did before we had lunch.
Yep.
And then we didn't get the swine flu.
Yes, I saved everyone's lives. Y'all owe me a life debt now.
Oh, except me and
Yeah,
Ford.
except you. Yeah,
Did he
you
not
two
give
don't.
you hand sanitizer, Malaris?
Nope.
Nope.
I wasn't
Didn't.
even-
Wow,
Yeah.
Anything to
May,
eat.
some friend you are.
I was several.
I swear
thousand
I wasn't
miles
trying to get
away.
you killed, Mal. I swear.
I tell
Cross
everyone
my
on the BCC this from time to time. I know I'm the outsider. Like, if they were to kill off one person, I know within a heartbeat, my head would be
Leo.
rolling on the floor with the hat falling off.
No, I don't know who it would be, actually.
But
It would be a
see,
hard
we
choice.
would have mercy. We would do a head blow and hope your hat took the brunt of it.
Yeah, that is a good question. Who would we kill first?
Ooh,
um,
what a question. And we have been
I
asked
mean,
that before on the podcast.
We have been asked this before, yeah.
Yeah, no, we have been asked this
We
before.
have.
And we
That's
can't
right.
give a serious answer because we're all on at the same time. Like, if it were a private thing, I think we'd be like, okay, yeah, this is who I'd kill.
I'm not sure. Maybe you would be, but everyone here is my friend.
Yeah. I guess I am more apathetic. I'm sorry, LQ. I lied to you that whole night we were talking about my apathy. I was just trying to get out of saying, I just don't care about people. That's all.
I echo that sentiment.
Boy! Wow, some friends you guys
I
are.
don't care about
Mace
people.
is my only real friend. He
Look,
gave me hand
okay,
sanitizer.
I don't mean it like I don't like friends or whatever. I mean like I don't care about people that I don't care about.
Okay, keep digging the whole part. This segment should transition to the final segment, actually, and we're gonna get to a game. Now I will tell my story, at least. Or I might let Malaris tell his. We'll have to decide that during the break.
We will fight.
Stick around, though. This is a good episode. Have a question or comment you'd like us to answer on the podcast? Just send us an email at thebccpodcast@gmail.com. Welcome back to... Oh, darn, my voice cracked.
I get unlimited power.
Someday that'll finally stop. But you're listening to the BCC Podcast, Segment 3, and we decided we're going to let Malaris tell his story. So, Malaris, let's talk about summer.
Yes, summer.
Better be a
When
good one.
the season changes. Okay, I'm done with that. So, this last summer, I went to a convention, like, near my city. It's called HeroesCon. I practically have gone every year since I was, like, 15. So, I mean, now you know where to find me, if you know where that is.
Well done, now you're gonna be
But-
kidnapped.
Yeah, among the other people. But you won't find me. I'll make it impossible for you to see me.
You're going to be
You'll
wearing
wear a
something
different
Boba
hat.
Fett, though, so...
I mean, I might, unless... I mean, when my
Oh,
501st
that's the
armor,
comes.
and I'll
It'll
be
even easier to
trooping with
spot.
them. No, it won't, because I'll be behind a helmet. And then when I'm not, I'm just, oh, hey, I'm a person. What? What's a BCC podcast?
Can you, like, paint a BCC logo onto your Stormtrooper armor?
Do it.
I mean, if I don't want to be 501st proved, I mean...
Well,
Just-
clones do that to their armor all the time. They paint whatever they want on him.
Exactly.
I think there's restrictions to that, like,
Say it's
you
an
can
ancient
paint on
Spice
your
Minor
Stormtrooper
logo.
armor, I think, but not to... I don't know the fact about customs, or especially when it comes to advertising.
Why not just
Pretend
put it on
it's
your
an
shoulder?
intergalactic gang sign.
Yeah. Intergalactic gang.
Again, shoulder.
I mean, we're basically a gang.
Yep.
I mean,
No,
yeah.
we're not thugs.
We go to the bars, we harass
Hey,
people,
depends on who you ask.
we have abuse, apparently.
Oh, yeah, we just talked about that.
Check out the first segment if you didn't catch
First
that.
segment's full of various crimes we could commit.
I feel so proud
But
of myself.
anyways, I've been essentially going there for years now, and my family had suggested to a family who produces comic book rings, and basically they make rings out of actual comic books, so
They murder the comic books and turn them into jewelry.
it's one of a kind. I would highly recommend them. I just got, like, mine, and it's pretty sweet. But anyways, we were talking to them and said, yeah, you should have a booth at HeroesCon. My sister was hired to help, and this family happened to be one of my, like, longest best friend ever. So I was stoked to see him at HeroesCon. He's also working on, like, Sintra Mandalorian armor with me, so we had that in common, so I'm like, hey, we should go out, check out the 501st Mando Mercs there. And he's like, yeah, when I'm not working, because he had a job with my sister there. So we go there, and so we just wander around, kind of just looking at some stuff. Then we finally get over to the Mandalorian Mercs, and so we just check them out, and we're talking to them about making armor and stuff, and then the guy brings up the charity that they're doing, and we're like, oh yeah, we'd like to donate. And then he's like, okay, do you want to just straight up donate, or do you want to put a bounty on someone? And then we're like, wait, what? He's like, okay, we have these contracts here that we can essentially have our Mandalorian mercenaries take anyone from the con and, you know, bring them over into prison for, say, if you paid $5, and
kidnapping.
It would be like a 5 minutes in jail, essentially. And so
I have a question.
Yeah.
What happens if the person you choose to be kidnapped really doesn't want to be kidnapped?
Yeah.
What if they resist
Then
arrest?
they are heartless because essentially they just said no to children dying at some charity.
Yeah,
So
what if that
I'd say no if the
phaser is a
child was
real
going to die
phaser
too.
And it's set to kill.
okay, I'm reconsidering my friendship with you now.
No. I mean, if the child's like saying, "Hey, I'm gonna die," I would say no.
You're not gonna die, kid.
Point B.
I'd hand him a granola bar or something.
Everyone asks me this question, and
Food.
Uh,
Yep.
they probably can't be forced to go, except for the fact that, well, someone paid for you to come here, and the children are depending on you. I mean...
I'd want to choose just like the most grumpiest, rudest, heartless looking person, and then place like a $30 bounty on them and see what happens.
Can I just go
30
back
I mean, they can
jail
pay
costs
like a
for
bail.
Logic.
30 water bottles in Africa.
So, me and my friend, when we hear this, we kind of just both slowly look at each other. And you know when you know someone long enough that you could just communicate without talking? Yeah, that's what happened right there. And we both just grabbed it and signed off some people for charity, of course.
Oh, no.
So, we
Did you sign
decide
off
to...
your sister?
Heck to yeah.
Did you
So-
sign off each other?
No.
Aw.
We're-
Did you sign off Leo?
No, I did not. So we
man.
signed basically two people, one of which was my sister. They were on basically break for a long time, and they had just gotten back to working because they felt guilty about not working. And then suddenly a bunch of armored Mandalorians just come over and say, hey, we need to take you away from your job again, and you need to spend some time in
Again?
prison. Yeah, so they were locked up, and I got some pretty...
How much did you pay? How long did you lock him up for?
I think it was 5-10 minutes, something like that. Like, it was fun. It was
Take a
fun
selfie
seeing
in front
them.
of their jail cell.
I have pictures of really cool. And that made me consider undoing the Boba Fett, so I was thinking 501st, but I'm also thinking, can you join with the same costume at the Mando Mercs? Would they accept a Boba Fett? Because that is some pretty cool stuff right there. Just going out collecting bounties for charity, of course.
Why can't you just make your own armor?
I am making my own armor.
No, but you're making a Boba Fett armor, right?
Yeah,
Why don't you just make it your own? You don't have to do
Because-
Boba Fett.
because I have a
Because he likes
long-standing
Boba
relationship with Mr.
A lot of
Fett.
people do.
Yes, Boba
Doesn't mean
is
the movie's
cooler
gonna be
than
good.
any OC.
Well, there's no confirmed movie yet, technically.
No
I thought
OC
there
has
was.
There's
anything
somewhat
No.
confirmed.
What?
There's also
It's
a
like-
Jabba the Hutt movie supposedly
Huh.
confirmed. That's not happening.
Hooah.
Like,
It's not- the Boba Fett movie has been talked about for a long time, though.
yeah, and it
Happen
almost
eventually.
happened,
That was
but
before the Disney deal.
No, it wasn't. Because no, it definitely wasn't. Because this was not talked about until the spin-off movies were announced.
It'll definitely happen.
Really?
Mark my words.
I thought he always had like one plan, but then he like turned it into the TV series. That never happened.
No.
This is something, if we're not talking about that line.
Yeah, he was definitely slated to show up in Star Wars 1313.
Yeah, he was also supposed to be there, but that got canceled too.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, yeah, when they're discussing spin-off movies, Boba Fett has always been, like, at the front of that.
Everyone wants a Boba Fett, like, let's
Everybody.
face it, everyone wants it.
Who cares about that Han Solo nerd?
Yeah, pretty much. Especially after the director changed and all.
And they just cut an entire character from the movie.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a wreck, lads.
We'll all see it anyways. Except
So
maybe
is that the
Ford.
end of your story?
I won't.
That's pretty much it. I mean,
Now, I promised my friend I would tell this story on the podcast, and he was going to listen to it, so I probably should tell it.
yes, you should. I want to hear it.
You should.
I want to
yeah,
hear
I'm
it.
not sure how much you guys know, because that was, like, before I went all out west, and I didn't really get a chance to tell it in detail.
Tell it. Tell it.
Back in July of this summer, before I took that hiatus for a while for the trip, a really good friend of mine had gotten married. And I'm not going to say his name on the podcast.
You just did.
So,
You just did.
did I?
Yeah,
Yes!
you did.
What did I say?
You literally said, my friend John wanted me to tell this on the podcast and he would listen to it.
Yeah, you
Well,
did.
I'm sorry, John.
He was
But-
on
Sorry.
the podcast
He was, I
before.
was. I just told him when I messaged him, I'm like, can I tell a story? I won't use names. And he said, sure. So that was the agreement, and I've just broken it.
But he's been
Now
on the
that they have
podcast
the name
before.
John, they'll be
Yes,
able to
okay.
track him down
Whatever.
easy. I mean, there's only like 5 Johns on the entire planet.
Okay.
Anyway, he got married.
Yay.
So, and I was a groomsman in the wedding. So, obviously, being groomsman, there's a bachelor party.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
And I wanted to do something.
Oh,
Now-
are you talking about... I
Yeah.
think I know where this is going.
Yeah, I
Same
think you know
here.
where it's going. I just don't think you know the full story. So,
Probably not, no.
so there's the old show, The Waltons.
Yeah,
Melissa
yeah,
watches that.
yeah, and I know the episode you're talking about because I know what
The
you're...
chivalry.
Yeah.
That episode always resonated with me. The chivalry was where, on the night of the wedding, all the guys would go out to where the bride and groom were staying and make a ton of noise while the groom came out, and then they would kidnap him, tie him up, and then blindfold him and throw him somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
Except, you know, John's my friend, so we won't do it the night of his wedding. Plus, he wouldn't tell us where they were staying. So we decided, you know what, we'll do it the night before the wedding. So we were all at the rehearsal dinner, all the groomsmen and everyone who was showing up, and we were like discussing how we're going to pull this off. This is all last minute preparation. And we get everyone in. We get like his brother-in-law in on it, and his future brother-in-laws, who are now just brother-in-laws. But anyway, so everyone's in on it. But we all were meeting back at the hotel that me and my family and John's family were staying at, and we were just gonna hang out in the breakfast room for the bachelor party. Was the original plan.
Yeah.
So, first thing was first, we had to get John's phone from him because he could not have a phone if he was going to be kidnapped. That would take all the suspense out of it, and we were trying to stress him out. So, my other friend, who, again, I don't have his permission to say his name, we will call him
Bob.
Elliot.
Okay.
Elliot.
So he takes John's phone. Like, the way I did it was great because I didn't have his number, so I gave it to Elliot. Oh, it sounds... When he listens to this, he's just gonna either think it's really weird to make these choices are hilarious, but... So I need your number, because I really didn't need his number, and John's like, hey, I don't have your number either, so he just gives his phone away.
Oh wow.
And then he never gets it back.
Never.
We tell him there's snacks in the van, and he believes us. So we go out to the van.
My van.
Yep, that's basically what it was. That's basically what it was. And then he somehow falls for it. And he gets in, he's like, you guys sure there's anything in here? I'm like, all right, grab him, put his head in the t-shirt, and we drive off. With seatbelts, of course.
Good.
Safety first in kidnappings.
So there's so many of us at the bachelor party, we had to take 2 cars.
Oh.
Okay.
So then we didn't know what we were going to do from there. We're just driving around, and then his nickname is With a G, so that's what I'll call him. Here was driving, who was actually Elliot's brother. I hate using fake names for people. That's why I rarely even use mine.
That reminds me of...
But anyway, so that he's driving like a maniac within the law.
Within the law.
I love how descriptive this is. It's almost illegal, but not quite.
Yeah, that's what it was. So we're just driving around, like, we're just trying to make him as nervous as possible. I think we turned right like 7 times. And then eventually we're like, all right, we're doing a car swap. And so we pull into the parking lot of a KFC. And then we take him out, spin him around, and his brother-in-law beats on him for a bit. And then we throw him back in the car. I'm recording this, too, with a camera, but like the later half, because at first the camera was just taking slow motion shots of everything. So yeah, and he has no idea where the heck he is or what's going on. The original plan was we were again going to take him to McDonald's, say, all right, it's over, here's $1, go buy yourself an ice cream cone. But we get to McDonald's and the lobby is closed.
And the ice cream machine is broken.
So we have to discuss what to do. So we just hold him down in the seat for a while while everyone discusses the new plan. Then, With a G gets back in the car. He's like, all right, new plan. Just trust me, I know what we're doing. So we drive over to Hobby Lobby, and it's closed, obviously. And no one's around. We throw him out of the car, and we drive off. And it was so great, because he just, like, at first just stands there. He thinks we're getting out with him. We don't. We close the door, and we drive off. And then, so he, like, takes off the t-shirt. He has no idea where he is, either, because he's been blindfolded this entire time. We put a t-shirt over his head.
Mm-hmm.
The idea was then the other car would eventually come and pick him up, so we drove off. And then, okay, I don't know if I'm remembering this right, but I believe, yeah, we saw the other car heading the opposite direction towards the Home Depot for some reason. So then we're like, huh. Now, his fiancé will be pretty mad if we lose him.
I can imagine.
So we, like, keep an eye on him from the back of the parking lot. He tries to hide at first, but then he realizes that's probably not a good idea. Remember, he doesn't have his phone either. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. We got his fingerprint to unlock his phone. Oh. So, during this whole time, all of his contact pictures were changed. Just to picture people in the other car. So, yeah, then we then pretend we're going to pick him back up. But then as he gets closer, then we just floor it. and to go behind Hobby Lobby, and he can't keep up with us. Eventually, the other car does come and pick him up. But they then drive around the back of the Hobby Lobby and then go down this dirt road that leads in a chain link fence. And then, so his brother-in-law, I believe, was the one to say this. Yeah. And he's like, all right. Well, looks like this is the end. Goodbye, John. And then they all get out of the car. Now, this is the part where it doesn't go quite right, because John actually catches up with them before they managed to get too far. And then we're just chasing him in this grassy patch behind Hobby Lobby. A pickup truck comes by, so we all kind of just try and act natural for a little bit so no one gets suspicious and calls the cops. And so then we just all go back to the hotel.
Wow.
But it was hilarious, and it went so great. I can't believe we pulled it off.
Yeah, that sounds like...
Great.
That sounds like a good party.
This will be a tradition at every wedding wherever groomsmen in. Not that we kidnap the groom, but that we kidnap John.
I was just about to say, well, guess I'm not inviting you.
No, we'll just kidnap John. We gotta invite him too, of course that means, but...
Of course.
Yeah. That means...
tradition is important.
It's true, and every tradition has its start somewhere.
Yep.
In this case, the Waltons, but...
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, that's gonna do it for story time today. Let's get into the game, because we have one of those.
Yeah.
Right.
Alright, I have chosen the Guess the Set by the Description game. And I have chosen 4 sets. We'll see if we get to them all today. They are current sets, by the way. I'm going to give you that much.
Oh, that's good.
Most proper nouns have been cut out, as well as a few other keywords that will give it the set away, though.
Okay.
And I will read the description to all of you guys. Whoever can guess the correct set gets a point.
Do we need to
current
give the
scoreboard.
exact name of the set?
Maybe.
Okay.
A little
The
flexible.
current scoreboard is LQ leading at 16 points, followed by Ford at 14.5,
Whoa.
followed by a tie between Maluris and Klenda at 13, then followed by Leo at 11, followed by Mace at 8.5, followed by August at 2, followed by Orion at 0.
I used to be higher before I did that minifigures game. Twice. That really set me back.
Alright, are you guys ready?
I'm
Yep.
ready to go.
Yep.
Alright. I'll do a somewhat easy one at first. Use your blank creativity and know-how to build the ultimate shelter, packed with exterior and interior details and features. Rear livestock, grow crops, and do a spot of fishing.
Oh,
But remember to look out for hostile mobs. Enjoy hands-on blank adventures featuring your favorite characters and objects in this easy-to-reconfigure modular blank set.
Man, I know the brand. Unfortunately, I don't know the name of a single one of these sets.
I want to say Crafting Box 2.0.
No.
Darn.
Desert Village? Is that something?
No, that's not a set either. The Village is a set. And it's also a movie by, what's his
M. Night
name?
Shyamalan.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know the names of any of these sets. I know the theme, though. I know your theme.
I think we all know what it is, but just not the set.
The
Is it-
Netherworld? Is that something?
It's something almost. But Mace, you need to play Minecraft for gosh sake.
The
Yeah.
Fortress.
No, not the Fortress.
Is it the village?
Mace already guessed the Village.
Oh
It's
my
not M. Night
goodness.
Oh,
Shyamalan.
did he?
It's the
yeah.
mountain cave.
No, it's not the Mountain Cave
What?
either.
Is
Is
the
it
lava?
the Iron Golem?
Lava?
No, it's not the Iron Golem either. Want me to read this again?
Yes.
Yes.
Use your
please.
blank creativity and know-how to build the ultimate shelter.
The shelter. Duh.
No! It's not the shelter! I don't
Ultimate
think there's
shelter.
a set called the shelter.
It's
The hideout set?
No, okay, I'm gonna have to cut you
fortress?
guys off soon.
Wait, is it the
No.
ice spike thing?
No.
The ice shelter thing.
No.
I think this one goes to you, LQ.
I think it does, because you guys
jungle.
The treehouse.
Treehouse.
are failing. No.
Ugh.
Ugh.
The one with the lava?
No. And that's many.
The first night.
Alright, you guys fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know this set. This is the waterfall base.
I
Lego
said
Minecraft.
that!
No, you didn't.
I said the
Waterfall base.
hideout!
That's not.
No, waterfall base and hideout are not the same thing.
Okay, maybe.
If only I
Dang
cared about
it!
this theme.
Alright.
None of it said the waterfall!
And that was the easy one.
Yeah,
We
that
sucked.
was- Wow. Wow.
Well, I already added your point.
Alright.
Congrats.
Let's move on to the next description then. Play out your own blank encounters with this impressive blank model, featuring spinning loaded shooters on each wing inside hatches that reveal a weapon store, access ladder and prison cell with space for minifigure. Open the 3 windows of the minifigure cockpit and attach the MOC Hunter droid using the special
it's the tracker
shoulder
one.
armor element
Wookiee
before
gunship?
swiveling into position for flight mode.
Tracker 1.
Yep, that's it.
Oh,
want
I
that
should have
set.
known that. I mean, I knew.
I thought that
was-
one would be harder. That's why I left the name of that one droid in there, just 'cause I thought it'd be
No,
too
that
hard
was like the
otherwise.
No,
Telltale
that-
modifier. That droid is exclusive to that set.
I'm not into the Freemaker set, so I didn't know quite as well.
Well, it's a set that I want because it uses the Nexagon.
Alright, we have got 2 more here. This one's also fairly easy, I think. Team up with blank and take on blank in this awesome blank set.
Oh boy.
There you go. No, there's more. The Jungle Bridge features an opening cage in a hidden cave with a skeleton inside holding a secret map. Also includes
Masterfalls?
3 minifig. Yep.
Yes!
I couldn't remember the name. I knew the set though. Ugh, Master Falls. That was the name. I kept wanting to call it Jungle Bridge.
Alright. Then we just have 1 more set to go. Stop the mighty blank with blank in this thrilling blank set. The blank has a minifigure cabin, operational excavator arm and bucket, articulated design for smooth steering.
Jestro's headquarters.
No one... Okay, I'll give you some more. It might look like a normal digger from one side, but check out the bad side, featuring spikes on the huge wheels
Two-Face
and
double
6
demolition.
stud rapid
Oh,
shooter.
oh.
Yep,
Two-Face
Ah,
demolition.
darn it! Darn it!
yep,
Yes.
yep. Wow, that went
Finally
by
a
way
point.
faster than I thought. I can't believe the first one was the hardest for you guys, honestly.
It's because
I had that
Minecraft,
4th
dude.
one on my list. I would have gotten the Minecraft
Yeah,
one, but I've
I
never
would have thought
looked
the
at...
Minecraft one would be easier because it was so obvious it was Minecraft.
It was obviously Minecraft, but I've never looked at any of their sets.
You've never looked at any.
No.
Don't you read the catalogs?
No.
You should read the catalogs,
should.
Mace.
I
You're
should.
not a true fan otherwise.
I do
You're
whenever
just fake news.
I do.
You're a phony!
You see, I don't trust
him
the
outta here.
magazines to give me the real news. I go to underground online websites for that.
Uh-huh. Sure. Sure you do.
Can't just Lego.
Oh, boy.
Can't just Lego to tell you the truth about Lego.
Lurs, you seem to have zoned out there for a second. You back?
Yeah, my internet completely cut out there for...
Wow, what is it with internet tonight?
I don't
Everyone
know,
is
like,
having issues.
Crazy
I'm
week.
lucky it was just like a fluke that I was able to overcome, but
Did you
I'm...
hear that Mace won the last set?
Nope. What
Yeah,
was the last
got
set?
it.
Like,
Two-face double demolition.
I wouldn't know that because I was completely, like, disconnected. I'm like, wow, this is a lot of dead air, you guys. That's really awkward. Like, if you hear in the recording, like, I'm like, but...
So you're basically 9 numb in the recording.
No, I would have been... yeah. That's pretty much what happened. Like, I was
That's
like,
also
wait,
pretty much it for this episode.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
that's no fair. I don't get a point because my internet just stabbed me in the eye.
Well,
We
maybe
give
your
you a
internet
pity
just needs to
point,
get good.
But I
This
want
is
to
a fun episode, though, for not much news.
It's true. It's
Yep.
true.
Yep.
In fact, that's like this is my favorite. This might be my favorite podcast episode ever, actually.
We might have to do less news in the future then.
Yeah, I
Less
mean, I
news.
think we might want to be a little more selective with the news we picked. I mean, I want the listeners' opinion on this, though. What did you think of what we did today? Do you enjoy listening to the stories and just a little bit more, random talk as opposed to more news-focused stuff? Let us know, and we will adjust our format to whatever the listener prefers.
And also
Make
let us
sure to
know
leave
if you really do
comments.
need that hand sanitizer.
Do you use it as often as I do? Or do you go to the extreme and use it as often as the crying guy?
Oh my gosh. I feel so sorry for that guy now.
Yes,
do
I
too.
don't mean it.
He will be forever remembered as the kid who cried for a hand sanitizer.
But hey, he protected his voice, so
Yeah.
it's all good.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, Ford.
I'm a terrible
Again.
person.
Please remember to leave a comment. We really do appreciate those, as well as likes and shares. We love to grow our audience more. The last couple podcasts have done fairly well, though. I especially liked how the one with Jonathan Dwan did. We got some good, positive response to that.
Did you say drawn?
And the one with Orion, actually, not so much in the comments, but on our Discord server, people seem to really enjoyed that. Ryan will be on more in the future. Tonight was a weird night.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
So, for Ford, Mace, Malaris, and myself, LQ, we thank you for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Farewell,
Bye now.
people.